Hello, Armoured Pants here, and I have a video for you on the Tier 3 in the British line, the Cruiser 4. A little confusing, I know. And we have a complete guide, and we'll start with the tech spec, as always, using Blitz hanger. Now, let's select Cruiser 4. As you'll see, this is a medium tank. It has 440 hit points, it has just under 260 view range. It'll cost you 6,000 credits and 700 XP. Now, this tank has an autoloader, and we discussed autoloaders when we looked at the Cruiser 2 and the Cruiser 3 in Tiers 1 and 2. If you're not familiar with autoloader and what you need to look out for in that, I suggest you go back and look at those videos. But hopefully you've looked at those videos and now you're familiar with playing the autoloader. So we move on, we'll load out the tank as we've loaded at the previous tanks. We're going to use Supercharge and Refined Gun. We're going to use Improved Control, Enhanced Armour and Toolbox. And this tank, because it's Tier 3, is the first time you're going to use APCRs. First time you've got two different shell types. What is the main difference? Well, APCR gives you more penetration but less damage per shell. So when should you use it? Well, when you see the front of a tank or any part of an enemy tank being red, that means you cannot pen it or will be difficult to pen with your normal AP round. Switch to APCR and you will pen it. Now, this tank, like the tanks before, it has awesome gun depression. It's 15 degrees of gun depression. So what does that mean? Well, it means that you can go hull down in this tank, as we discussed before. So the turret has fantastic armor, as we see here, right? The purple parts are impenetrable. So it's amazing turret armor. Red is almost impenetrable. It's also pretty good on the back as well, although on the hull itself it's yellow, so it's going to be penned. Now, when we look at Tier 2 against other Tier 3s, we see that the hull is very difficult to penetrate. The turret is very difficult to penetrate. So, what does that mean? Well, basically, as I said earlier, this is a hull down tank and you can use hull down tactics. What do we mean by that? Well, it means that you just stick the turret above over a hill or any sort of incline, and you use the gun depression, 15 degrees, which is really the best at this tier, to fire down into the enemy. The only thing that you can see is that purple-red turret sticking over. It's very difficult to hit, and even if they do hit it, 9 times out of 10, they're going to get a bounce. It's not going to pen you. And that's called hull down. So your hull is down or your hull is hidden, is maybe a better description. And you use that 15 degrees of gun depression when you're just highlighted there to fire down into the enemy, only showing your turret. And in the game you're going to see I use this tactic to great effect, this hull down tactic, to spot the enemy, fire some shots in and not take any damage. Now let's have a look at the tank in action so we can see that in play. And by the way, this map is 4 to spare, which is one of the most played maps at lower tiers, so take note of the tactics on this map. Now, I've been up tiered here, but I'm confident in this tank and I know that I can go hull down in it and not take damage even from Tier 4s. So hit the engine accelerator, squeeze through here, and that's what most guys do, by the way, is they just stop there and wait for somebody else to spot them or wait for the enemy to drive up. But I'm going to be aggressive and I'm going to be decisive and I'm going to take some proactive action and I'm going to pop up here and spot the enemy. Now, you'll see the gun depression in action here in the next sequence of play. You see that? I just able to show my turret. They have no shot on me and I put 2 shots into the A20. I've also spotted up the A20 and the other damage that he's gotten has been from my allies. So my allies were able to damage him as well. I've spotted up all manner of enemy tanks there from my allies. Put another shot into him, again using the gun depression. So you see I'm using that hill and I'm firing over the brow of the hill and I'm only exposing my turret. And this is gun depression in action. This is how we do it. Now I'm fully reloaded. I'm going to move again. I'm going to try to respot the enemy. Now that's me spotted, so I'm going to back down. I'm going to reset my camouflage. That takes about 11 seconds. So if you're playing in game, you can count it out: 1, 1000, 2, 1000, etc. Now we've got tanks coming behind us, so I'm going to put some shots into him. Again, look at this gun depression, it's so good. I can just fire over the brow of that small hill and put a few shots in, and I'm going to come up again, see who I can spot. Now here's the thing, I'm driving into no man's land, I'm driving into a kill zone, and I've told you before you shouldn't do that. Why did I do it? Well, I was looking at the minimap and I saw that the reds are all conjugated over the other side of the map. Therefore I know that this Cruiser 4, my compatriot, is isolated. So that allows me to go and attack him, safe in the knowledge that I'm not going to get blasted by somebody hiding in the bushes. Last kill for him. And now what I do is I double tap the shell icon and I get a full reload without having to waste a shell. We explained that before in earlier videos on autoloaders and magazine firing guns. Just a little reminder for you there. Now I come up now behind his hetzer, give him a couple of nice Freddie Mercury rounds right into the backside, and I'm up behind him now, and of course as he has no turret, he can't turn around, he can't swivel to face me. Put 2 more into him. These are basically all free shots. I tried to track him there, but I don't. I miss him. Tried to track him on the rear drive wheel, but I didn't get him. Now I'm just trying to circle a death him here, just keeping away from his gun up. Then I back off when I thought he was going to get a shot on me. He missed. Now I'm back around again. Now the only problem that I face here is that, and what's causing me the problems in this circle of death, is that the Matilda came to help him, and the Matilda is kind of behind me, and that means I can't go fully around him. That's why I'm getting into this very awkward brawl here. But I'm obeying my own golden rule, keep moving. I make him miss again, get 2 more shots into him. I back it away so the Matilda can't get me. I've blown one of his modules, so now he can only turn now. He had to delay, and then I get a shot into him, and I've killed a higher tier, so I get loads of XP for that, and I put another shot into Matilda. I move around, I use the speed of my tank, because this is a very fast and very maneuverable tank, and I get around, I get 2 more shots into Matilda, right up the back side where he's most vulnerable. I'm still using APCR because I don't want bounces, and Matilda is extremely difficult to pen, especially if it's a tier above you. I move again, so Matilda is firing, he's not hitting me, he's also not hitting my allies. Get 2 more rounds into him because he forgot about me. I'm going to reload and I'm going to come back around again. Get 2 more rounds into him, but what I have to do here is, because he's angling, he's making it more difficult for me. This is good play from Matilda, so I come up and I put 2 rounds into the back, the most vulnerable part of him. Now the Chiha is blocking me. I wanted to actually go behind him again, so what I decided to do is stay safe behind the Chiha. Put 2 more rounds into him, I get another kill, and it's another higher tier kill, which gives me again loads of XP. And then that actually gives me the mastery badge. I only did 882 damage, it's not huge, but as I've told you before, and as we explained before on this channel, mastery badges are based on experience, and you can see there I get over 700 XP. And you get the XP for doing activities other than killing and doing damage. You get them for spotting, and you can see I spotted up a huge amount of enemy tanks. I was aggressive at the start, but not stupidly aggressive. I stayed in cover, spotted up the enemy. You can see there the AMX-38, I didn't fire a shot on him, but I got XP for spotting up for my allies. And then you see my XP, base XP 708. And that's what gave me the mastery badge. So it's not always about damage. I see I got the scouting badge there, which gave me a significant amount of XP. This is the Finnish Tankers medal. I'm not going to say the guy's name because I don't want to insult any of my Finnish listeners and subscribers by butchering that poor chap's name. But another medal, and of course that counts towards XP too. There we go, mastery badge. Particularly good and happy with that because I was up tiered. But as I said, if you can kill a higher level tank, you actually do get more XP. Now this is a superb tank. In my opinion, it's one of the best in tier 3. I really like it. In fact, I'd say the British line since the changes of 5.5 is actually one of the best at the moment at the lower tiers. Its turret is totally OP, troll armour. And combined with that gun depression, that 15 degrees of gun depression, it creates great in-game tactical options, as you saw there at the start for me. And it's an amazing tank to perfect your hull down skills, which you can use all the way up the British line and other lines as well. So learn them now in the lower tiers. And with the autoloader, you just need to note your shell count, don't get caught short. And if you need to, use the double tap option to get a full reload. That's a really handy trick to learn, and if you learn it in the lower tiers, you can use it up higher. It works on every autoloader. Now the next tanks are the Electo and the Matilda. And you have a choice of which one to take, and they are very, very different to the tanks you've played before. So before you choose one, I suggest you look at the full guides and reviews that will be on this channel. Make your selection, check out the tanks, and make sure you're prepared before you go onto the battlefield in Tier 4 British line. Okay, take care, hope you enjoyed it. Take care guys, see you now, bye bye, cheers Mush.